We will share with you a link to the recording so that you can watch it on your convenience or refer to it for the future. Last week, we were informed that not all the recordings are available. So what we have done is we have created a channel for all the recordings. You can go and attend all the recordings. Um, it's already shared, I hope. Yes. So we have a channel where you can find all the previous recordings for Tatmeen. We will share it on the chat as well. Organized from the oldest. So we started with January 2023 with all the recordings available there. Another update, uh, I think I shared that last week as well. We have enhanced the message status message log on the portal where you can now search for the if it's a commissioning event, you can search for the shipping permit number and you can see the message log there. If it's a shipping or receiving event, you can search for the reference number that you put when performing the shipping event. So you can search the status there as well. These are the latest updates that we have for you. If you have any comments or any feedback that would help us enhance Tatmeen, please feel free to share it with us. Please, our email that we use is onboarding@tatmeen.ae. Please feel free to share those comments or feedback or suggestions. Okay, so everyone is muted. If you have any question, please raise your hand and I will allow you to unmute yourself and share your question. Uh, Fagan, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes. Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Quick intro, right? We are the software provider for pharmacies across UAE and for their daily operations. And we've been trying to connect our software with the Tatmeen for better operations for each pharmacy we have. And so the question is it necessary to reach out to MAH for each pharmacy product to inquire about the availability of our pharmacy products in Tatmeen staging in the test environment?
I don't think it's necessary to reach out to them. All the products that are being sold in the UAE are already registered on BrandSync. And if there's a new product that they are registering or they are importing as unregistered, then they add it to BrandSync and it will be available on their page on the master data page on Tatmeen portal. So why do you need to reach out to them to make sure that it's there? What's the idea behind it?
That's the thing. Like I do not know whether we should, because when we were trying to, here's the deal, right? The problem is we have in staging and testing environment is that every time we execute and it says the mistake is like this event does not exist, this batch number does not exist, this GTI number, AN number does not exist, and then we reached out to Tatmeen and they said, hey, you have to download the CSV file, something about those lines, and there you will see basically a correct product that is registered with a correct serial number, with the correct what do you call GTIN number, and so we don't know where's that file is, like where to use a right serial number and GTI number that is registered from the manufacturer, so that in the staging environment we don't have any problems with execution.
Okay, you said you are a pharmacy. You are working on behalf of a pharmacy chain, correct?
Yeah. We provide them with the software, correct?
Okay, but the pharmacy chain, you receive the items, you pack, unpack, and you dispense the items. You do not register them on Tatmeen, so there's no CSV file for the pharmacy operations there. What CSV
So
file are you referring to?
like okay, we're taking the product, we're taking the serial number from the product, we're taking the GTI number, we try to execute into a staging environment, and
Execute
it
what?
says
Execute what?
like to do. I cannot say exactly what we execute, but I guess to connect to API from us to yours.
Okay.
And in order to do this, I guess we need to do first the staging environment, then the production environment. And in the
Correct,
staging
but
environment,
I
we
need to
create.
know what execute what. If you are receiving, that item has to be sent to you by the MAH so that you can receive it. If you are packing, that item has to be in your location before you do the packing. If you are dispensing, you should receive it, unpack it, and then dispense it. So it depends on what you're doing. For staging environment, yes, we do not have garbage data. We are not allowing everyone to commission any product to Tatmeen. The staging environment is a replica of the production environment exactly. So only the MAH and the licensed agents are allowed to commission serial numbers into the staging environment. If you are a pharmacy chain or working on behalf of a pharmacy chain, you are not allowed to commission anything. You are allowed to receive it. And for you to receive it, somebody has to send it to you, even on staging environment, even for testing. Somebody has to send it to you. So what we recommend is that you reach out to the suppliers of your pharmacy chain that you are working on their behalf and ask them to send you virtually items on the staging environment so that you can perform proper testing on receiving process.
Virtually sending the proper serial numbers and GTIN. How does it work? Just to understand.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
You said the virtually sending,
Yes,
asking the supplier to send it virtually. Like,
correct.
how's it?
So
I don't get it.
they go to their portal, staging portal, or if they are using B2B, and in the staging portal, they check the items that they have in their location, and they choose a random item and they ship it to you, to your location, from GLN, their GLN to your GLN.
In the staging environment?
Correct.
Okay. Uh-huh. But okay. So so then is it necessary for the pharmacy to commission each pharmacy product that in the that means staging? Like if we have what
Pharmacies do not
5,000.
commission. Pharmacies do not commission.
Uh, okay. So if we have 5,000 then items, do we have to reach 5,000 suppliers?
No, no. You
Then
as
how?
a pharmacy, you are just receiving the process of commissioning those items, or the responsibility of commissioning those items is the responsibility of the MAH, not you. If you want to build your own database for the 5,000 items, then that's a different topic. If you want to build it in your system, if you want to build the master data for those GTINs, but
No, we don't. We don't. We just want to make successful staging on pharmacy side,
then
and
you
I'm not
don't
sure.
need to keep them. You just receive what is sent to you only.
And whatever we receive, if it's not inside the staging environment of the manufacturer, what should we do then? Because every time we execute with that received part, we receive the failing. It says like this event doesn't exist. We reach out to your onboarding team. They say this serial number and GTI number is not inside the
Yes, it's
staging
not sent to you
assumption.
or is not on staging, correct. So on staging, staging is a standalone system, as mentioned. It is a replica of the production. So the processes that you expect to happen on the production environment should the same be happening on the staging environment for testing. So the manufacturer of a certain product must have done testing using testing on commissioning. And they will have the master data of the products of the GTIN, and they have commissioned those items on their portal, on their GLN. They must
Correct.
also have tested shipping by sending
Correct.
those items to one of the licensed agents or drugstores in the UAE. So they have done the shipping. The licensed
Yes.
agent also must have done testing for receiving. So they have tested the receiving. Those items that the licensed agent received, you ask the licensed agent or the drugstore to send you one of those items so that you can test the receiving virtually
Okay.
again.
Uh-huh. So, what's the right way to explain that to them? Like to ask the drugstore, the supplier of that what do you call it, the medicine. What's the right way to explain that? Hey, we need this from you in the staging. so that I'm sure that you did that in the staging in Tatmeen, so that you can give that serial number and GTI number to me, and so then I can execute it on my side too.
They are aware of it. If you reach out, for example, to City Pharma, they're very supportive, and they have done that for other pharmacies and other drugstores. So I know for a fact that City Pharma supported others in the testing. You can reach out to them if you want to, and they are aware of the process.
Okay. All right, let me try this week, and anything I'll get back to you. Appreciate.
Sure,
Thanks.
no problem, no worries. Okay, before we go to Ashish, just wanted to update you that I have shared the link to the YouTube channel that contains all our recordings on the chat just now. So if you need to refer to it or check any of the previous meetings that we had, any of the previous workshops that we had, you can refer to this YouTube channel and you can watch the recording there. Okay. Ashish, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, Nibal.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. So, first of all, I have multiple questions over here.
Sure.
Okay, let me just go through them one by one.
Sure.
Firstly, we have noticed that in Tatmin portal there is an option for a there is an option to check the hierarchy. If we go to verify product and we enter SSCC, right? There is an option to check the hierarchy of the SSCC as well.
Okay.
Okay, but the same is not available in the API. I mean, in any API, we don't find any such functionality. Is that a possibility to have such an API functionality for
That's
B2B?
something that we are considering. If we are going to create a hierarchy API, that would be down the road. We have a full Q2 backlog to work on. So if we decide to proceed with it, it will not be before Q3. But at the moment, it's not an API. No, there is no API for hierarchy now.
Okay, but do we have any timelines against this?
No, and it's still not confirmed even. So
Yeah.
there's no need to follow up because we might decide that we will not do it because of certain logical requirements. So at the moment, I'm telling you, we have a backlog for the full Q2 releases. If we are going to assess it or proceed with it, that will not happen before Q3.
Before Q3. Okay.
If we are going to do it again.
Okay. Only if we are going to do it. Okay.
Yes.
That is one part. Second part is of late, Tatmeen has allowed the wholesaler and distributor to do reporting, something called as mobile commissioning of GTINs and mobile commissioning of SSCC on behalf of MH.
Only the licensed agent, not the wholesalers.
Yeah, only the license agent. My
Yeah.
bad. So, in that case, again, there is no API for this, I believe, right?
It's the same API that the MHs are doing.
Okay, so we can use the MH API
Correct. The
in
commissioning
that
API.
case.
It's not called MH. It's called commissioning API.
Yeah, commissioning API. But the
Yes.
URL will be for the distributor one or the MH one.
The distributor. The distributor is allowed. So each product has two companies or two what do you call it? Two GLNs associated with each product. One for the MH, one for the licensed agent. Either this or this
Okay,
is allowed to commission on Tatmeen. So when the licensed agent is doing commissioning, they will use their own
okay,
credentials and their own GLN. It will still be accepted by Tatmeen.
okay, okay. Got your point. And lastly, yeah, so yeah, that's two of the main questions that I had. Apart from all this, uh, just wanted to understand, if there is a license agent holder and he wants to report on behalf of the MAH, does he need to manage the brand sync as well? I mean, update the
Um,
brand sync portfolio
They
for
are
masters business?
allowed to, yes, they are allowed to. But for questions about the BrandSync, please reach out to BrandSync directly. From my knowledge, based on the unregistered medications that are imported to the country, because the government allows unregistered medicine to be imported as well. For unregistered
Right.
medicine, the licensed agent is the owner of the product on BrandSync, and they do the whole process on BrandSync to put the details. They're not registering it. The word is not registered on BrandSync. It's called creating a record on BrandSync so that it would show up on Tatmeen and eventually they will be able to commission it. So short answer is yes, but for further details, please reach out to BrandSync.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's it from my side. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. No worries.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day. Thanks.
Have a good day.
Um, Hafiz, can you please unmute yourself? Hafiz, you're still on mute. Can you unmute yourself? I will keep the call open for the next 8 minutes until 11:30. If we don't receive any further question, then we can close the call. Daniel Khan, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, hi.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I have few questions.
Please.
We are a distributor company. We distribute medicines to different pharmacies. We are in the phase of implementing it. This, that we are halfway done, but I have some questions because normally we have to generate SSC when we are sending uh, our orders to pharmacies. We have to generate an SSC for the pharmacy to receive it, and we cannot generate the SSCs outside the theme. So I emailed them that means they told me that you have to subscribe a package.
Yeah, you have called JS1, not Tatmeen. Okay, but I'll tell you, SSCT, SSCT is a product that is created by JS1, not by us. So Tatmeen is linked to JS1 branding and via the API that you see on the portal. So when you generate an SSCC from Tatmeen portal, it's actually pulling it from JS1, from BrandSync. If your package with BrandSync does not allow you to obtain an SSCC, then the generation of the SSCC will fail. Okay. However, if you review online documentation
Mhm.
from JS1 published resources, you will find the logic how the SSCC is generated, what's the structure of the SSCC, and if you are able to generate the SSCC by yourself, that's also something that you can probably work on. Okay.
Okay, but I was trying to generate an SSC outside online. I was trying it online, random SSC, but it's not going through because the theme was giving errors. I was checking on the portal. So if we have to
I can't hear
subscribe
you
to the
well.
package,
There's lots of noise behind you, Daniel. I can't hear you well.
one second. Yeah. Now
Yes.
it's fine.
Yes, a little bit better. Yes.
Yeah, I was saying that I tried to generate SSC outside Tatmeen online. I was trying there are many SSC CC generation tools. So the problem is that Tatmeen it's not going through. It's not taking any random SSCC. It's throwing an error that you don't have permission or something like that.
Yeah, you need
So
to. Okay, the SSCC is 2 or 3 parts. 3 parts, I think. First is the
it's three parts.
GCP of your company. If you want to commission an SSCC to Tatmeen, you need to use the GCP of your own company to generate it. Are you doing that?
Yes, yes, I'm taking that. GCP and GLN also, the second part.
No, the second part is not the GLN. It's only the GCP and then a serial number that you create and then a check digit. Okay. Please review online material for that if you want to generate it by yourself. If you don't want to subscribe to the GS1 SSCC generation tool, review extensively the material and make sure you follow the structure. It has to have 3 parts: the GCP dot, the or without the dot, the GCP, and then the serial number, and then the check digit to ensure that all goes correctly before you try to commission it to Tatmeen. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll go through it again. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have another question, Daniel?
No, that would be all.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah.
Have a good day.
Hafiz, can you unmute yourself? Hafiz, are you still with us? Wasik, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, so my question is, we do have a polyclinic and the suppliers, they are telling us to register with the Tatmeen. Do we have to register to receive the delivery for the vaccines?
Yes, vaccines are considered biological medicines, correct? The classification is biological, correct? So
Right,
any
yes.
clinic that is dealing with conventional and biological medicine should register to Tatmeen. Even clinics that use medical devices, they need to register to Tatmeen and obtain a JLN, because later on medical devices will be on Tatmeen. At the moment they are not, but later on they will. So if now you are dealing with conventional medicine and biological medicine that you receive and then you dispense, which is you consume on your patients, the patients in the clinic, then you have to register to Tatmeen, you have to obtain a JLN, and you have to start reporting the receiving to Tatmeen. So whenever you receive a pack of products, you need to report the receiving process on Tatmeen as well. Yes.
Thank you so
Receiving,
much. It's very clear.
unpacking, receiving, unpacking, and dispensing. Those are the 3 activities that you need to do on Tatmeen.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
That's all for me.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Rizwan, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I just want to have a clarity on like from a pharmaceutical point of view. Suppose if a medicine is actually dispensed and if the patient is actually returning the medicine back to the pharmacy, that is actually already decommissioned, right? Like how we are actually going to report that back to the team?
Okay. Rizwan, to the best of my knowledge, legally, the Ministry of
Uh-huh.
Health prohibits the
Uh-huh.
return of any medicine. Okay, as per the law.
Okay.
Um,
Okay,
the
fine.
same the same applies for returning food, for example. If somebody a food delivery was received wrongly to a location, it cannot be returned
Mm-hmm.
or sent to another house or another delivery location. This is to the best of my knowledge, and so the medicine is more strict on that. To be
Okay.
100% sure, please reach out to the ministry and ask for that. But Tatmeen was built based on that piece of legislation. Medicine cannot be returned.
Okay,
Okay?
fine, fine. Okay,
Yes,
that
but to
that is,
answer the question, it was already dispensed
yeah.
and should not be returned. This is why Tatmeen cannot accept a return after dispensation. Dispensation is done. No more return.
Yeah, once dispensing is done, there is nothing, they won't be able to return it back.
Correct.
Okay, I have one more thing. Like, there is this product verification we can do from Tatmeen website, right? So,
Yes.
is there an API which is actually currently there, which we can actually see the root level hierarchy and
No.
all?
No, unfortunately, this is what someone else just asked before on the same call.
Uh-huh.
We told them it's not there, and we will take it as a feedback and we will think about it. But there are lots of considerations to be taken before we decide whether to proceed with it or not.
Uh-huh.
If we are going to proceed with it, it will not be before Q3. If we decide again. So for now, it's not in the pipeline. We're not considering it yet. Okay.
Okay, fine, fine, fine.
But,
Yeah.
but you can do it on the portal. Yes, you can check the hierarchy. You can do product verification and the hierarchy on the portal only.
Okay, fine, fine. Yeah, we had one situation in which this one of the supplier which actually sent the items which is not aggregate. He commissioned that items, but he sent the items without aggregating.
Okay.
Okay, so we are actually supposed to receive that item. Suppose it was around like 9,000 items. So we had to receive those items one by one there.
That is a challenge.
Yeah.
You should
So
reach
like
out to them and tell them that is not possible. Please
uh-huh.
aggregate them and send them to us aggregated.
Like,
Uh,
is there any way that like they are actually going to upload through some Excel sheets for after commissioning and all these things? Like
yes.
from our side, like is it any possibility that we can actually do the same, like using an Excel or something, an
Yeah, but
API or anything?
for you, API for receiving is there, but
Yeah,
a
receiving,
CSV
like I
file.
need to do it one by one, right?
No, for the API, no. The API, you list all your items in one application or program that you develop, and
Uh-huh.
then the API will do the job for you. But again, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Receiving one by one, but it's an
Mm-hmm.
automated process. The API will do it. The program that you write will do it. But
Mm-hmm.
on Excel, we don't have shipping and receiving on Excel on a CSV file. What
Okay.
you have on CSV file is commissioning and packing only. My suggestion um,
Mm-hmm.
is to reach out to the manufacturer and ask them to aggregate the items on their to cancel the shipping if they already did the shipping to you. Cancel the shipping, aggregate the items, pack them on the portal using a CSV file or using API or whatever, and then send them again to you.
Suppose we have already received these items, maybe let it be like this much items, we have received it like one by one. So you are mentioning that using an Excel we can actually pack these items into
Yes,
aggregation. We
yes,
can aggregate these things.
correct. Yes. Please go to
uh
the tatmeen.ae,
uh-huh.
go to the training manuals. You can
Uh-huh.
find a training manual for file upload. File upload
Okay.
contains both activities, commissioning and aggregation. You can review them and see how you can do the aggregation.
Okay. Okay, fine, fine. That
Okay,
helps. Thank you. Thank you.
perfect. Have a good day. Thanks. Um, Ghaida, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, good
Hello.
afternoon.
Good
Hi,
afternoon.
my question is about the total stock. We did shipping on Tatmeen, but it's not reflecting on the total stock of the item. Will it be reflected when they receive the item, or is there anything additional we need to do after shipping the item?
If you shipped it and it was successful,
Yes.
then it should show first in the in-transit report that the receiver should be receiving on daily basis. And once they receive it, then it will show in their stock report.
Okay, so if there is any additional, I should like email the receiver, or with this part my job is done on Tatmeen.
Yeah, we recommend informing them that you have done the shipping on Tatmeen. We are also sending them a daily report for the items in transit, but maybe they are not seeing those reports. So yeah, please feel free to inform them that we are sending those items to you. Make sure to receive them.
Okay, but the total stock will stay the same unless they receive the item at the other locations.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
It will not show in their stock unless they receive them. Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
You are welcome. Rania, can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Doctor, regarding now we agree that we cannot return a medication, but sometimes invoicing it has been billed wrong. Canceling the invoice, this is the problem. It's not returning physically. Sometimes while I'm billing for some errors, co-payment error, whatever, it's saved wrong. So what is these situations? We are facing a lot of items, which is sometimes it's technical error, sometimes in our system cancellation of the invoice. What is the scenario or what is the solution in this case?
Okay, Tatmeen has nothing to do with your own system or your own invoicing process. Okay, your invoicing system is completely separate from Tatmeen. If you linked your invoicing process to Tatmeen, so whenever you are selling an item and issuing an invoice, a message to Tatmeen is sent that this item has been dispensed, then that cannot be rectified. It cannot be reversed. There's no way. It's on Tatmeen, dispensing is dispensing. Otherwise, we will allow the industry to dispense and then return, and then the ministry will lose the control over the medical products. If you are having regular issues with the invoices, so separate the dispensing from the invoicing.
Separate the invoicing process from the sending dispensing. This is
Yeah,
what
that's my suggestion. That's my suggestion. If you are having lots of issues, so either
Yes,
try
sir.
to solve the invoicing challenges that you are having, or try to separate both. But in my opinion, invoicing or selling an item should immediately send the dispensation message. That's the correct way, unless you are having lots of challenges, as you mentioned.
This is what's going on. But the problem, as I mentioned, sometimes co-payment saving wrong, some errors happening during adding items by mistake in the same cash item. So this kind of error in while invoicing make us a problem to cancel the invoice. So no way.
You can cancel your invoice on your system, that's fine, but you cannot cancel the dispensation event on Tatmeen.
So dispense is not linking. Oh, okay, I get your point. Yeah, okay. I will ask IT to do something like this. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, I think this was Ashish. Can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, I'm so sorry to come back again,
No
but
worries, no problem.
this is a question that has come from a couple of our clients who are into supply chain, who are supply chain entities. Okay, uh, it seems at times they are also doing the retail sales. Okay, I mean, sometimes what happens is they also have a drugstore and they also have a wholesaler entity, right? And
Okay.
they have received the goods from wholesaler entity. Now they are just they want to sell it retail sales. They want to do the dispensation from their this the drugstore. So in that case, what
That's
we are
totally
recommending,
fine. Any supply chain entity can do dispensation.
any supply chain entity can do
Even
dispensation.
Yes, even the MAH.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That
So if
is
if a walk-in client or walk-in customer walks into the drugstore and they want to buy an item from the drugstore warehouse directly, there's
Okay.
nothing legally that's stopping the drugstore from selling the individual. So they can legally sell or dispense the item. Yes,
Okay. And for that, on the API part, should we subscribe to the dispensation API separately?
correct. Yes, yes.
Right. Okay. Okay. So ideally, do you prefer, would you recommend for any new B2B connection that we are doing, we subscribe to all three
Up to you.
APIs?
Up to you. Yes, there's nothing that stops you from subscribing for all the APIs. Yes.
Okay. But ideally, is it advisable, or should we just focus on the user role that we are looking at?
Uh, I don't have the answer to that. Is it advisable? Yes. There's nothing that's stopping you to doing it to do it. Is it advisable? I really don't know. It depends on your system capabilities and your middleware. Um,
Okay.
it's up to you. Again, it depends on the processes that you do.
Okay. Okay.
Huh?
Thanks a lot for that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I think this was the last question we have. If you have any question, please reach out to us to onboarding@tatmeen.ae. If you need to see the recording, you will find it on the same channel that I shared on the chat, and we will share the link to it also after this call. That's all from my side. Have a great day ahead, and talk to you next week. Have a great day. Thank you, everyone.